Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Trending Thursday YouTube Nation. I'm going to call you guys our YouTube Nation. I like that. You like that, Joey? By the way, sitting side saddle to me is Joey. He's my producer. Say hi, Joey.
Hi.
I am a senior instructor here at VectorVest. I love doing this, and I'm glad that you guys are here. Hopefully, you're here to have a little bit of fun, but most of all, learn how to make money in the market. And we're going to look at what stocks are trending in the market, and we're going to use a powerful tool known as VectorVest to help you to discern what's good, what's not good, and actually pick up on some ideas and some stocks that you may not be aware of that are trending. Before we get started, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, especially if you are brand new. If you like the content here, let us know. When Joey puts these videos up, if you would comment on them, tell me what you think. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And most of all, tell me what you would like to see in these videos. You guys have a voice. Use it. So when Joey updates these videos, you're looking at it live now. But when Joey updates these videos, go back to the videos. When he cuts them up in different segments, comment on the videos. And we are trying to make something go viral on YouTube. Remember, hashtag #IOnMTI. Hashtag #IOnMTI, because this is an important time in the market to keep on top of an indicator that you won't find anyplace else but here at VectorVest, which is that MTI, or market timing indicator. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in a second. So again, welcome to everybody. I'm glad you're all here. Do not be afraid to chat in. And the more you chat, we're going to start giving away some things to reward you for chatting in and to reward you for commenting on the videos after they've been put out. So with that, no further ado, let's get right into the software. From the homepage of the software, if you're not a subscriber to the software, this is what our homepage looks like. This is going to give you a plethora of information at your fingertips to help you to make the right decisions at the right time. We always start off by talking about what's going on in the market, and that's important before you pull the trigger on any trade at all, whether you're bullish or bearish. So on our homepage, we have our daily traffic light, the market timing gauge, and currently we are all the way pegged in the yellow. The color guard is neutral. On a daily basis, this gives you an idea of what you should be doing daily. And we give you guidance. VectorVest advocates caution when buying stocks at this time, which makes sense. You don't want to go out full bore and start buying long stocks, and it's not quite time to sell stocks short yet. Let me explain. Because we look at our color guard, this is a bigger view of our traffic light into the market. All right, the market timing gauge is in a daily view, but when we look at our color guard, we're looking at 6 days of data, and we're looking at 3 of our market timing indicators. The price, which is the price movement of the VectorVest composite. That's an indexed arithmetic average of all of the stocks that we track. Currently, we're tracking 8,262 stocks. The average price of those stocks right now is trading at $51.78. Also in the color guard, RT stands for relative timing, one of our core proprietary indicators. It lets us know if the market is in an uptrend or not. Above the value of 1, the market's in an uptrend. Below the value of 1, the market's in a downtrend. The BSR, or buy to sell ratio. Every stock in our database gets a buy, a sell, or a hold recommendation every day. To get the indicator, the buy to sell ratio, we look at the number of buys divided by the number of sells. Currently, the buy to sell ratio is at 1.68. So for every sell recommendation in the software, we have 1.68 buys. That tells us that the market is showing signs of strength. But I can watch on a week-over-week basis, is that indicator rising or falling? Currently, we're still above the value of 1. The market's showing signs of strength. But what do I see going on? It's starting to fall. What do I see going on with the relative timing? It's starting to fall. Now, on the other hand, the price of the VectorVest composite is still rising on a week-over-week basis. This is a time to be cautious. Now, when I talked about being able to understand why you should be cautious, we have an indicator called the MTI. This looks at the price, the RT, and the buy to sell ratio wrapped up into one indicator. Also cast on a scale between 0 and 2. Above 1 is favorable. Above 1 tells me that the underlying trend of the market is up. Currently at 1.45. As a VectorVest subscriber, when the MTI gets to a level of about 1.5 to 1.6, the market is now in a level where it is looking for a top. No one else has that kind of an indicator. So keeping all of that in mind, this is where we stand on our longer term color guard or our longer term traffic light in the market. Caution is advised. Now, let's take that information and delve into the news of why the market is doing what it's doing. And let's go out to our first news story. A big story that's hitting. Trade tensions with Europe flares as Trump flexes economic muscle. Now, President says he will impose new tariffs on the European car imports if the EU doesn't agree to a new trade pact. So it's out there. It could affect the market. It could drive people to feel a little bit more nervous in the market. But notice the caveat here. He will impose new tariffs if the EU doesn't agree to a new trade pact. So you know what this means? The EU's got to come to the table. The president's trying to make a deal, a better deal. And if they do make a better deal, these tariffs now go away. So keeping that in mind. What else is affecting the market? Well, how about looking at the U.S. manufacturing output rises unexpectedly? U.S. manufacturing output rose unexpectedly in December as a drop in motor vehicle output was outpaced by increases in production of other durable goods, food and beverages and other products. So what does that do? If the manufacturing rises, then that's always good for the economy. It means people are working, we're putting out product. If we're putting out product, people can buy it. If people will buy it, we'll make more money. We make more money, we're all happy. It's a big happy circle, right? So keeping that in mind, this is all part of the 2020 vision for investors this year. This is the year 2020. This is the year where we're trying to emphasize new vision for you guys to help you. And especially if you're new to the VectorVest software, this is what it's all about. This is why you come here. So manufacturing is up. Overall industrial output fell, though, after a downwardly revised increase of 0.8 or 0.8% in November. All right, so keeping all of that in mind, these are things that are affecting the market. And another big thing, in case you were not aware of, U.S. weekly job claims increased less than expected. Guess what, folks? People are working. That is always great for the economy. Now, Charles says that they won't agree in the EU. Well, Charles, guess what? I don't think that they want to go through what China just went through with us with the tariffs, because it hurt them. It hurt us too. But what did it do? It did bring China to the table. And, you know, whether you like it, whether you dislike it, what was the outcome? I think about it from that perspective. You know, I don't talk politics in the room. This is not about politics. This is actually about financially what's making the market move. So just keep that in mind. No, Trade Shark is the incognito one. Never mind, Joff. Now, wait a minute. Which one? I got both. Are both of you in here? Is both Rich and... It doesn't matter. I'm glad you're here. How about that? I'm glad you're here. The number of Americans filing for unemployment benefits increased less than expected last week. People are working. The data suggests that the labor market continues to tighten even as job growth is slowing. French people are stubborn. They said they will retaliate. Well, you know, they can. And China did too, right? China did too. But altogether, the outcome was a good one. We got a deal made with China. So keeping all of that in mind. So these are three things that are definitely in the news, that are trending in the news, that is affecting the market. Let's go back into the software, and I'm going to bring up my watch list real quick. Where's that at, Joey? So here's the watch list of the stocks that we're looking at today. The first two that we'll look at in regards to the market are the VVC, and what a lot of people who don't have the software, they will look at an indicator, the spiders, the SPY. I'm going to highlight the both of them, right click. Let's take a look at their graphs. So this is the market. For us, This is the movement of over 8,200 stocks in one ticker symbol called the VVC, or the VectorVest composite. I can see overall the movement of 8,200 stocks, what they're doing. This is a beautiful move in the market. I'm going to take off this line. Beautiful move in the market, bouncing off a level of support that was at $45.94. Love the move, but understand this. And this was a song done by Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Yes, I'm going to sing it. What goes up must come down. Do-do-do-do. Anyway, great song, but it holds true for what's going on. We have an indicator, the MTI, telling us that the market is at a top or looking for a top. And what's the market doing? I'm going to put this on a 3-month graph. What's the market doing? Starting to flatten out a little bit. I do have 2 moving averages on the market. I have the 3 and the 8 exponential moving average. Even on something on the move of 8,200 stocks, it does a great job of keeping you from worrying about what to do in the market. All right, so keep that in mind. The market is starting to level out. The earnings for the VectorVest composite is still rising, higher than it was 3 months ago, higher on a 1 year-over-year basis as well. So earnings are looking good. We're currently in earnings season. A lot of companies are beating earnings. Some companies are missing on earnings, but overall, I think more companies beating earnings than not. Let's go to the S&P 500, the spiders, same kind of scenario. The 3 and the 8. The spiders or the S&P 500 looks good, but what is it doing? Starting to top out a little bit as well. The 3 and the 8 exponential moving averages are holding on it as well. So what does this mean for you? As a investor in the market, taking advantage of this nice uptrend in the market, if nothing else, tighten the stops on the stocks that you own. Don't panic. Today is a down day. Today is not the day to panic. One day does not make a trend. Tighten the stops on the stocks that you own. What does that mean? If I'm using a stop loss of about a 30% gain and a 10% loss to get me out of the stocks, tighten it down to a 20% gain or 7% loss. This allows you to take the profits on your stocks a little faster and allows you to get out of losers a little faster so that they don't go against you. All right. Number 2, if you have a trailing stop, maybe a trailing 10, tighten it down to a trailing 7. This allows you, again, to take profits quicker and get out of losses a little quicker as well. So with all of that being said, that's what's going on in the market. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.